Hey gang, so today I've got one question for you. Do you Shift Z? I Shift Z. That's right, I said Shift Z. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're in luck. I'm going to spend the next few moments telling you all you need to know about Shift Z. When I talk about Shift Z, I'm referring to Shift Z in Google Drive. Shift Z is a shortcut combination. For those of you unaware of shortcuts, shortcuts are key combinations that you can enter on your keyboard that will perform tasks for you, such as Control C for copy, Control V for paste. This particular shortcut is Shift Z, and it works when you're in Google Drive. And what Shift Z does is it adds a file or a folder to another location or destination in Google Drive. So let's go over a scenario. Here I have two folders. I have a lesson plan folder of my own, and then I have a lesson plans folder for my principal that every once in a while I have to put my lesson plans in there for review. I could do this one of two ways. I can come into my lesson plans folder, select my file, and I could move it to that folder. And I simply find that folder, and you can do this a number of different ways. Right click, you can do the three dots like I did. It's entirely up to you. And I could move it there. Okay. But now, anytime I want to access that particular lesson plan or any other lesson plans that I may have moved into that folder for my principal, I have to go to that folder instead. Okay, and there it is in that lesson plans folder with my name under my principal. Okay, this can get very confusing, especially with a lot of files and possibly folders. Okay, so rather than moving things around, I'm going to show you how Shift Z works. So real quick, I'm going to move that file back to my lesson plans folder. Okay, move to, go back one. There we go. Move it to there. Yes. Okay. So I find the file that I want to Shift Z with. Here we are, lesson plans folder. Here it is. I select it. I hold the Shift key down and hit Z. Now a little dialog box will pop up, and it'll look just like the left-hand side of Google Drive. Let me just do that again for you to see. And now I just need to find the location that I want this particular file to appear in as well. So I go down, just like I did before when I moved it. I find the folder. There it is, lesson plans. And now you'll see the button, instead of move, we have a green button that says add. I click add. I hit OK. File still exists here in lesson plans. But now when I go over to lesson plans and the folder that my principal owns, it shows up there as well. And to be certain you did the right thing, if you select that particular file and you hit the details button, under details you will see that it is in fact living in both folders. Okay, this is great for files that, just like this, need to exist in multiple locations for possibly different people to access, rather than making multiple copies and losing track of different files and where they live. Okay, you can even remove access from one of these folders if you no longer need it to be there by clicking on one of these X's. Okay, so that's how Shift Z works. If you're still not 100% clear on how Shift Z works, let's say you have two lovely grandparents, Grandpa Sheets and Grandma Forms, and they have a lovely house in New Jersey. Yet retirement is here and they're going to buy a house in Florida. Okay, now Grandma sheets and grandpa forms, strike that, reverse it, grandpa sheets and grandma forms can be accessed and reached in either Florida house or in their New Jersey home, okay? They're still your grandparents. You only have one set of them, but now some people might access or reach your grandparents while they're in Florida, and others might reach them in New Jersey, and some could reach them in both locations, okay? So ShiftZ doesn't make a copy, doesn't move it. It just makes files and folders accessible in multiple locations and saves you a lot of time and headache trying to remember where you might have moved a folder or file or what copy of that folder or file you are working on. So hopefully after this short video, you Shift Z just like I do.